Facundin versus Nemesis. I'm going to pull up the games here. We're going to get rid of the last set's games and drafts and all of that. But we have the map draft. Does Chinese Hero just subscribe? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So Facundin, your Nemesis, needed an extra day to play this game, so I did allow that day. Facundin will select lanes. Your Nemesis will go for Battlegrounds, and they banned everything out, and they will have Watershed. So game on Watershed. How exciting! We haven't seen this map either in the 1300 bracket yet. So that is quite nice. Civilizations here. We will have Facundin banning Britons, picking Aztecs, Berbers, Italians, and Tatars, while Malians were sniped from him. And then Nemesis banned Cumans. We'll have Byzantines, Huns, Khmer, and Dravidians having the Portuguese sniped from him. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the maps. It's going to be fun to see how this set turns out. And Hitch is here with us for set number 2. He jumped into the last set as well, which is spectacular. Hitch, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm not going to stick around much longer, but I'm happy to help sit here and introduce the map, and very excited to see this one played. Has it been played once or twice so far?
Not at all in the
Not
1300
at all.
bracket
Not at
yet.
all.
This is the
All
first
right,
one.
so it's very exciting. I have made some slight changes based on feedback, just fixing up the gold and looking at this. It's definitely the newer version with a bit of a cleaner gold generation, much more balanced. So
Yeah, well, I'm at 5 seconds when you're ready. Count us down.
I'm ready.
3,
3, 2, 1.
all right, go. Facundin here with the Italians in red against your Nemesis in yellow with the Byzantines. Hitch already talked about the map a little bit, but we're going to let him talk a little bit more.
Yeah, so you got some water in the middle. You got your town center a little exposed as there's shallows kind of running up into your business. Um, doesn't matter too much. Makes your walling a little awkward, as does the shallow crossing the little water in the middle. Can be a little weird to wall sometimes. Very hilly map, so archer placement, tassel placement. Got to be precise and careful with that. Um, we haven't seen it played yet. This is the first time it's really being played in a competitive setting. So, what's the meta? Who knows? Is it water? We have 2 water sieves here, but there's not a ton of fish. You can go land. How do you play this?
I've played a few practice games with some people on this one, trying to get a feel for it, trying to check balance for the map. And in my experience, it ends up being a water fight early almost every time. Because there are not a lot of fish here, but you don't really just want to give it up. And
Absolutely.
timing's everything here, so you're going to want to get a boom going behind this as well. It's a very unique hybrid map. I think going full military is an option, but it's really not that hard to wall given the wood lines.
Yeah, and that makes sense too. There's some awkward spots with the shallows, but very wallable map. Um, I do think, and that's how I always imagine it, the transition here is key. There's enough food out there that it's worth fighting for. But if your opponent switches to knights and you haven't prepared for that, you'll be devastated even if you won water. So the timing is everything.
Yeah, and we should point out with this map is right now we have the setting where you end up in the south and in the west, but this is not always the map gen. Sometimes you end up in the north and your opponent ends up in the east or vice versa. So sometimes the map is more of a land struggle, and when that happens, it pretty much never comes down to even fighting for water because you're basically going for like 20 pop scouts or fast archers. It's
Yeah.
a nice change that makes it awkward if you want to pick this as a home map because you don't really know what you're going to play, so you need a civilization that can do both land early as well as water at a decent rate. So
Yeah, and Byzantine's a very flexible civ for that, right?
yeah, but a lot of civs have, the basics for early water military, so water selection on this map may not be all that important moving forward in the bracket as players get used to that change.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'll keep watching, but I do have to head off. Prepare for tomorrow. I got to get some pulled pork on the smoker for you. So,
Oh, you're too good to me. You're too good to me. But no problem. Thanks for hopping
all
in.
right.
Everybody,
Have,
thank you. Thank Hitch before he leaves.
have a good night, everyone, and I'll try to be in chat in a bit. Take care.
I see you, Hitch. Thanks. All right, so Hitch is headed off, guys. It was great for him to be able to hop in and join us. Extremely nice of him to hop in for just a short period of time, even gave me a little bit of a break from talking a bit too. I'm sure you guys liked hearing from him as well. Who was that? Yeah, Kados. Yeah, but let's go. But Nemesis and Facundin here going for the docks, and actually we have a scout here. Apparently, he just waypointed randomly so he could find the fish. Bit awkward, but on this gen, obviously both players going for the fish, both players pushing the deer. Can really come down to the fine details here. No fishing chips for our Byzantine player just yet, though. I think he's trying to click up. He only went 3 on wood compared to 6 on wood for Facundin. Facundin able to pick up a little bit easier with the 425 click cost, a lot cheaper. But we'll see what happens as things progress here. It is super exciting to have this map. And yes, no problem, Hitch. Thank you as well. Hopefully you've been enjoying the games. Hitch is pretty much watching on YouTube nowadays for the most part, as he's not been able to catch a lot of the live streams. So hopefully you guys can see his comments there as well, as he has been commenting on them over there. Barracks for our Byzantine player going up at 21 pop. I think it was actually 20 pop. He had a fishing chip? Nope, it was 21 pop. Now he'll add fishing chips. Imagine having to watch the VODs. Yeah, I mean, these things happen. And sometimes it works out better for people, right? Especially, I don't stream at the most friendly time zone for a lot of people, which is always unfortunate, but, I mean, at the end of the day, this is my hobby, and I have a lot of other things to deal with in life, right? So, it's great that the VOD is there. It's great that all of the players are able to have a week to play their games, and we're not trying to force them to play live games on certain days. I think it allows for a lot of flexibility, which is super nice. Will be a stable here from our Byzantine player, who actually built the dock and didn't use it for even a single fishing chip. I think 1 fishing chip, even 2 fishing chips, adding that little bit of a food bump to your eco would have been nice, but he streamlined it into what will soon be Scout Rush, which is kind of awkward for Facundin here, as he will spend a lot of resources on fire galleys. He should realize, though, getting his scout over here, that there's not another dock. There's no fish being taken. This should be something he realizes quickly, but this is a big investment. And I think this might have been what Nemesis was looking to do here, as he wants to punish the fish boom. And again, there's not a lot of fish on this map. Should have checked it at the beginning, but even now there's only 1,800 food here. And it's not as if you're getting that all for free. You have to make the investment yourself. Scout numbers are headed forward, and they will be seen soon. The barracks could be denied. And it actually will be by these 2 scouts, so that could be something that we're going to have to pay attention to. As Facundin might even consider sending more vills to finish this, as he will, and there's a lot of low HP vills here, so let's see how this all plays out. I like the fake, though. I think we should stop with the fires, though, and we should go into production, as this villager is likely going to go down. And the scout rush will have paid off with 1 vill getting taken out. And maybe even a second here. Oh, he's attacking the wall, though, and that vill is getting significant damage, but he does realize he will turn around. He will take that villager out. And that's 2 vills down. So Nemesis without taking fish, is looking to be in a fairly comfortable position. This is open. It's a very awkward wood line here. And spearmen now being sent out here. But we see a range behind this is the ultimate question. Nothing as of yet, and we'll see a blacksmith behind this. Seeing walls come up on the gold. And now the scout rush, probably not going to be able to do much. This is where you're going to have to accept the damage that you did and or try to pressure even more. I agree, Katos. That's something, again, like the generation is not always that you're starting here and in the south and in the west. Again, sometimes you start in the north and sometimes you start in the east. You will never start catty corner. You always start either with the generation we have now or the players start in the north or the east. And that's when land aggression kind of takes over and it becomes like a very Arabia-esque map. But the generations, I'm not 100% sure the odds. This is, I think, the more common of the two generations. But if you're planning your strategy completely around this map, it can cause some issues. Not as if you can 100% focus everything down to that's what this is going to be. Scout's taking a terrible fight here and not even getting the kill, losing a scout and some more HP in the process. We see the blacksmith, we see the market, and we see our Byzantine player with 14 farms, the horse collar. So he'll be clicking up before too long. Facundin actually is probably going to buy his way up. He's just now dropping some farms, so we'll have another dock. The fish, though, you know, it gets lower and lower by the minute. Fish traps can be very nice, though, so always have to keep that in the back of your mind. A little bit of market abuse, selling the stone, and now we'll click up to the next stage, and he'll add another stable. We'll see how much time we have soon. We very likely aren't going to dive into that third set tonight, depending on how long this set is, right? If this one goes to 3 games and it takes an hour and 40 minutes as well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get the next one in tonight, which is fine. I wasn't thinking that it was a guaranteed position, but that was kind of the goal, starting a little early. But the last set was a little over an hour and 40 minutes, I think, with everything all considered, which is awesome that we had such a long set and it went the distance. But doesn't help me out when I'm trying to cast so many of them. So no, it was a good set. I'm really happy with the set. Obviously, I want all these sets to go to 3 games, right? The better the sets, the more hype for the second round of this bracket. I haven't even casted games from the 1700 bracket yet. The 1700 bracket has players from all over the ELO spectrum. 1300 and lower, as well as, or not 1300 lower, sorry, 1400 and below, all the way up. So, absolutely great. Absolutely great. He didn't tire me out. But he definitely, we definitely got a longer series than I'd anticipated. That's actually, I think, the longest set of the bracket thus far, which is actually insane. I think the other one that was like super long, that felt super long, was only like an hour 15 real time. So we'll see what happens here. We're getting 2 stable, 2 town centers. And we have knights moving forward, and this is the bad part about this landing here. The knights are forward, and there's going to be Ville's losses here. We see a second town center being added now. The fish numbers haven't been so convincing. That's what we were talking about, as Hitch alluded to first of all. The fishing eco behind this is not all that spectacular, right? One villa did go down here. This is pikeman now. This will go down. Austin's trying to add in archers that don't have any upgrades but fletching right now, as well as pikemen. So ecos will be getting expanded upon. And I really think these should be up here, except for 1-2 ships that should be patrolling here, to be honest. We'll have to see what happens as everything progresses, though. Pikeman gets taken out, so does the knight here. They're a hole, no hole. That's actually great for Facundin as he's rewalled this side, it looks like. And the damage can't be done, so it's going to come down to more of a boom situation here, which can be annoying. This wood line, I think, was evacuated to get onto stone. I think we have so many villas committed to stone, a castle and genbow could be the option that he's going for here. Now, these knights not going to be able to do any damage and actually going to get pulled into a terrible fight here. Time will tell how this one turns out, but it's a very close game, even depending, or even with the different strategies here. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if you guys heard some crazy stomping going on in the background. My dog decided to come downstairs. She's not a big fan of all these rainstorms we've been getting, so. Villagers are dying here, and Nemesis, keeping the pressure on, has been able to do everything pretty well. Yeah, the Byzantine player did not open water. He opened a dock, but didn't make anything for it, and only took like 6 shorefish, and then went straight into scouts after that. I think he built the dock to like take out his opponent, and I think it was a good move. But he didn't build even a single fishing ship. I think I would have built at least 2 or 3 fishing ships to try to take some of that food for myself, even though the investment wouldn't have paid off extremely well. I think it would be worth it. We have enough stone here for a castle. We have a lot of idle vills. To wait and see what these vills are going to do here. There's actually 16 idle vills, and it looks like he's going to send them forwards. Oh, he wants a very forward castle. Oh, this could be super risky. There are a lot of pikemen here. There are some archers here. There are 2 of these barracks producing. We're going to have squires and foraging coming in. There are a lot of knights, and these villagers are moving. The archers here not getting anything done, really. Getting some HP lossage in, but these knights getting cleaned up. And, everyone's going forward. So this is going to be a forward castle. Maybe he wants to try to wall this up. I actually think a castle on this hill would be best, and he's gone for the hill up here. It would be best here because then it kind of blocks this and gives you some vision on that crossing, but actually gonna try to take out the dock, so. Yeah, I don't know about this castle either. I honestly think if you're going this far, you might as well drop it over here somewhere. Or even, be super aggressive. Defensive skirmishers coming in for your Nemesis as he's gone 3 town centers booming. He does have a 12 villager advantage. The knights are pulling the ships back, and they should be able to deal with that pretty effectively. It did force some more units to be made, though, which is a bit awkward. 1 more galley did come out. Castle will go up, and he will stonewall this. Okay, so he's going to try to wall this up a bit and control where his opponent can come across. This is a nice play. It's still only 2 town centers, though. And that makes things a bit awkward. And he will stonewall up. He will house wall up here a little bit. Maybe he doesn't realize that this crossing is here. He should, and most likely will learn that quickly. You have a lot of villagers on stone here for your Nemesis. He's housed at the moment, which is quite unfortunate. Doesn't have one coming down, so we'll be housed for a bit. And yeah, this will go through. I guess you can control this with your navy, as you should. Probably put these galleys up here to be annoying and take HP off these as well. An interesting play here. We'll have to see how Nemesis deals with this. I don't know. Genbo's coming out, so he's just going to sit Genbo down here. I think that's a good play. Sit the pikemen, sit the Genbo, keep the eco safe, get the boom going. Attack and be annoying with these ships. I really think the fishing ships should have been a little bit more prioritized, as we see some more stone walls. But you can't stonewall everything, so those are kind of useless. The Genbo are moving forward. They are not going to be chased down. Again, defensive stance. Players using defensive stance here a bit, which is kind of interesting. This does kind of like block like this area, these 4 tiles, but can still go through here. Yeah, see that Vil go through. And maybe if he only has that one hole, he's happy with that. I don't know. It is a bit awkward, but he is taking control as much as he can of the map. Let's see what happens. Villagers splitting around here. He finished that wall with a dock. Actually, yeah, he could put a dock here. I believe he could easily put a dock here and block that. That's actually a great point, Kados. Oh, and the Vils, only 5 Vils come forward here. The Genbo need to come forward. The Pikemen should be able to deal with this, though. As this gets spotted, and there's only 19 HP on this. There's only 19 HP on this. Alright, it gets deleted. That could have been ugly. The Knight's not even paying attention here. These villagers are going to be lost, or at least a couple of them potentially. These are actually doing great work. He's housing his opponent. That castle needed to come down. Imperial Age likely coming behind this, but he will have like no military but skirm. 11 skirm defensively with the defensive castle. Not exactly what you want to see. Universe here, some more walls coming up. So Facundin doing a good job here. Controlling the map. He is behind in ego, but not as much as you might think here. He's getting wheelbarrow just now, and his opponent has that handcart for a while. Cheaper imp. Look at those resources. He's clicked up already, and he has all of those resources still there. He'll see the castle going up, likely back away. Should try to save these military, but it is extremely awkward behind this, as another town center gets added there. And yes, there's the dock, Kados. Kados called it. The dock. So this will be walled off. It's not complete, though. There's a hole there. Holes here. But this will likely force things to be awkward for a little bit. And this is not what you want to see happen with your elite skirms. As all those elite skirms are getting eaten alive here by the fires and the galleys. Yeah, nice call. Nice call on the dock. Nice call indeed. I like it. I like that wall up. I didn't think it would be possible, to be honest. We would like to see players at this level start to take the relics, and we haven't seen that yet in this bracket. I think maybe one set we saw some relics being taken, and that's really it. So it would be nice to see that be more of a thing that we start to see these guys do as the games get more competitive. I mean, they've been competitive already, but obviously as we advance through, these guys are getting deeper into the tournament. They're fighting for more. They're playing these maps more. So it'd be great to see another castle here to kind of secure this area a little bit better. Is good. Imp is in, but Imp is on its way as well here. And we see some more walling up here. And what are we seeing with Fawcett? These vills, they just drop off to click up and just haven't been used since? I don't know. Oh no, we're going to see a forward castle again here, so interesting. Will be trash though. I think he should try to tech into the scout line at some point if you're in Fawcett's position. We'll have to wait and see what he goes for. Nemesis is going for pikemen already, though. Makes a lot of sense. These Genbo are just walking to their death, which is a little unfortunate, so he notices that now. He should adjust that waypoint. There's still a Vil here with 1 HP. He's like, I will just observe the enemy passing and hope that I survive. Castle is going up with a whole 1 villager. Oh, that Vil goes down. I said something too soon, apparently. Cannon galleons could actually be something we see come into effect here, which could be very interesting. Oh, we do have the monastery now. That town center is not in the greatest position. Still, a 1 Vil castle is extremely risky. Where'd all the Vils go that were here? I guess they moved up here. Byzantine get cannon galleon or Dromon. I believe they get cannon galleon still. I believe it's the Mediterranean civs And yes, I know it sounds weird to say that and not include the Italians, but I think the Italians are considered to be the Italian Civ. You know, Italy, not Mediterranean for some reason, which is very awkward. Castle denied? Castle denied, castle denied at almost 50%. That's a big loss. And we're gonna see Hondo Tiro. It's actually a great move. Not something that's gonna be expected here. And against the trash, they're gonna be just fine here. Infantry upgrades are +2/+2. And the Condo Tiro are on the way. I like it. I like it a lot. More docks in play. So yeah, Cannon Galleon is something we're going to see. Chemistry on its way. That's where I wanted to see the first castle. But he's going to try to hold this hill. Problem with this map is it's going to be hard to push all of this economy here. It's protected. There's not a wide area. This game and this this map tends to go super late. At least in the practice games I played. But good expansion from all players. Facundin has a little bit more of an expanded eco as he tries to take a lot of the gold and stone farther away at the time. And I think that makes a lot of sense. No relics collected just yet though. So that feels a bit bad. But we'll see what players go for here. We are still fishing here, which is good. This will go up. The Condo Tiro numbers are only at 11. But he's got a lot of barracks. A lot of military going to be heading forward here. A lot of skirm. And Cavaliers in, actually. No Halberdier in. So, a bit odd as it will be Byzantine Cavalier. Trebs are out too. They're gonna start the push here soon. The raid. This is why these walls are so good. Problem is though, this is still open. So yeah, if it was walled, it would have been great. That is a problem. Now he's gonna have to garrison this. Can he fit them all inside? Will they all survive? Doesn't look likely. Like the Cavalier aren't interested though. Pikemen will be sent to deal with this, and the condos will go forward. The Genbo can plug this gap. And yeah, this will clean up the Cav. Pikemen gonna do everything they can to track this down, and actually, I think this is walled. These Cavalier can't even really escape other than this direction. Very awkward. Do we have cannon guy yet? We do not. We just have one fishing ship here. Trebs are here, but the Condo Tiro are right here. The long games on hybrid maps. Yeah, I mean, this is only set number 2. I was hoping to get 3 sets done, but with the quality of games, which have been excellent, I don't think that's going to happen. Just perfectly fine. I'll just have to jump on those sets tomorrow. This is not a fight you want to take. The Condo Tiro are going to shred with Genbo behind. They do have their final armor upgrade. The attack upgrades are coming in. And the Condo Tiro production should be superior here, closer anyways. Condos get cleaned up, the pikes will come forward. The production's just not here. The production's just not here right now. But will the pikemen come in and be able to help clean up the Cav? Yes, there's not a lot of skirms. There's not a lot of military here at all, though. This castle is going to go down. And your Nemesis may be pushing this all back. There's just no military. Where's all the military? He doesn't have the food. He needs the food. You've got 4 cannon galleons, and he has yet to be able to do anything with those. The walls are going to come up behind this. This is not something you should let happen, Nemesis. Sorry. It's his username. Should I... Should I not say it? I don't know. Maybe I should just say Nemesis, but this has been a really awkward position. And Facundin, man, he just hasn't gotten the production going on land yet. He doesn't have enough on food. He's got 57 villagers on wood, and these have not moved forward. I keep saying it, I will learn. I mean, I don't know. This game is going to be really hard for Facundin to hold here. As now he's buying food. Yes, this is the right maneuver. As he's literally just spent all of it. He's queuing up everything he can. And I still don't think it's going to be enough, to be honest. Forward castle, forward production buildings, tons of skirm, tons of Cavalier are finally getting their last armor upgrade. He's cleaning up these farms. Finally, the cannon galleons doing what they were meant to do. This is actually good. He could actually house his opponent here, which is actually going to be fine, but there's just... Oh, no, 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 no. This is not great. Military produced. Is military dying now? I think there's just not enough urgency for military production behind this. This castle will go down. That's going to mega house him. He could lose this town center as well. Go for another castle behind this. All things considered, this military looks really difficult to stop right now, as he continues to throw military at this point. Needs the last armor upgrade. He did grab Blast Furnace, which is nice, but... Oh, he has the last... So they are fully upgraded now. Needs Previse. Previse needs to come in for our Italian player. Oh, the resources floating for these guys right now. It's quite rough. Oh, he does have a lot of military. It's just hiding. 84 military though here for Nemesis. Water again, not really paying off. Not fighting with all the military at once. Not recommended. Now, the military is going to be so easily replaced here for Nemesis. He's just got better food numbers. The food numbers haven't improved for Facundin, but it hasn't been great. All this military continues to go down. This Treb, or these two Trebs will take this castle down. These cannon galleons taking out a lot, but Nemesis has way too good of an army, way too many numbers. It's going to be impossible to produce enough here, and it's not going to be something that's going to be easily realized because he doesn't think he's losing enough population on the map. The Cavalier should just dive. The skirms are enough to deal with everything else. Just send the Cavalier in and do some raiding, I think, is your best bet. Really split up the military. I mean, there's so much back here that couldn't fit into these two town centers. It was 3 town centers. That town center went down. Forward siege workshops coming in. I think now the Cavalier are diving. I think that's the right move. Just hold this position. Continue to tear everything down. Push forward slowly with that and send the Cav in to do the raiding as we see. A lot of military followed this. So not a lot going to get done here, it doesn't look like. But will they clean this up is the question. I think that the Condottiere and the Pikeman combination will easily take care of that. But production buildings slowly getting taken out. The condos looking to raid now. It's like perhaps they are. These condos came down here within range of the cannon galleons. Those will do some damage, but the cannon galleons are expensive, and they will slowly lose HP. Military production just not good enough here for Facundin yet. He really needs, I think, to add his own cav. As we have Byzantine Paladin! Oh my god. I haven't seen Byzantine Paladin in forever. The Paladins, man. The Paladins are going to be everything. Paladin coming in, even without bloodlines against this composition, is just brutal. And we see Arson. Arson's not going to do anything for Facundin here. You can't push buildings, but he did get the tech. But my, oh my. Byzantine Paladin. And he's going to have quite a few of them. And he's going to be able to produce more. Without a doubt. All the production buildings are going down here for Facundin. He's got like 39 military in total, but he's got a lot of it on water here. And these will soon be Paladin. And once the Paladin gets that in, it's awful. And Facundin's actually housed, so he can't even produce at this point. He has 149 villas, actually a bit of an overboom potentially here. He needs to stop making those vills. It's like he's still producing them, but he's housed. This is not great. Not great at all. And look at this. Byzantine Paladin, folks. They are here. They're here. They will do great work. And the Trebs are now moving forward. And I think these Paladin take out this entire army, no question. No question. They're out there kind of on the hill as well here. There are no bloodlines, I guess, so that is going to pay off. But this is still, it's actually not a bad fight because at this point, he's just doing so well. Elite Cannon Guyan. I'm so confused by Facundin getting Elite Cannon Guyan right now. He's already ranged everything, right? These pikemen actually have gotten through here, but won't last long. Architecture coming in for our Italian player. Yeah, it's rough. I think that actually, with the excess resources that, Nemesis could drop another 20 vills and still maintain this push and this production with even more military behind it. I guess maybe this does range a slight bit farther. I'm not 100% up to date on what the Elite Cannon and Galleon upgrade does as far as range is concerned. There's the forward castle. There's the castle that's going to be trebbed down. Byzantine Paladin. You forget that they have Paladin, to be honest. Byzantines, a weird one to use Paladin. Same with Celts. You don't see Celt Paladin often either. Military is getting there, and we're gonna get Elite Genbo now. Maybe. Maybe, we'll see. Facundin is housed, he's about to be housed again. +2 range for Elite Cannon Gang, okay. I knew it had some benefit, I just couldn't tell you what. The Paladin are finally into raid though. Yeah, I'm not a stats guy like that, so I'm glad that Hitch was here to do some of that earlier. And I'm glad that Jabari is here now to correct me on my mistakes. The raids are coming in, the villager counts are going down here. And honestly, there hasn't been any yellow losing ground for a while, which is extremely rough. Elite Genbo not going to do enough. At this point, honestly, he needs to just build this castle, but he's got trebs on it, so not worried about it. Looked up to confirm. Yeah, I thought it was range, but I would not quote myself. Bombard cannons being added in here. Military numbers are about even now, though. And this is where you have to be careful. The military numbers are actually going to be better for Facundin, and he's going to clean this up here. And that castle might not go up. Will this castle stay up is the question. No stone here for Facundin. Needs to buy. He needs to buy. Will the Trebs get it? It's going to be so close. Those Trebs have been damaged. They're going after the other military. Nope, it's the castle goes down. Super housed again. Paladin all over the map right now. This castle is actually, or this Treb survives. Okay, there it does not. It's really awkward. What a game one. This is going to be an insane set if these games continue like this. The castle is not going to get completed. Or is it? The condos are not attacking the vills. The condos are not attacking the vills. There they are now. Paladin moving in, but now the Elite Genbo are here. The Treb's behind. Not going to be enough. That Treb will get denied. We need a tech change from our Byzantine player. I think he needs to go into champion. Yeah, he's lost a lot of army. He had such a good play, such a good position, and then he lost it all. Didn't produce behind. That seems to be some common problem we are seeing with this Elo a lot here. Those bombard cannons are gonna potentially be going down here. Trying to get some good hits with them. The Paladin though are still good, and with skirms behind, they will do good work here. The Genbo's killing a lot, though. Let's look at the resources in the bank. If he was producing that whole time, he would have had such a great position. Relics, now we have one for Facundin and none for your Nemesis. It is a bit awkward. It is a bit awkward. There's just not enough production now. And he's actually losing some to these ships. These ships have no business having this many kills. They really don't. I think our Byzantine player desperately needs to tech into something else. And I think it should be champion. Yeah, he's losing his position here. This is good though. He's gonna run in with some paladin and try to find some damage. Wood is running out back here, but he has a lot forward and he's gaining the position. Red might have recovered. Facundin might have recovered. This military is not even getting attacks off. It's just dying. These galleons, or not even galleons, they're just war galley, have paid off. They've just paid off. They still have 2 fishing ships? There's 5 fishing ships still. We even have fish traps on the map right now. A castle hasn't been deleted yet. He was hopeful he was going to take that. Be able to produce that. But Facundin is greatly running out of gold. That could be problematic. We still have a lot of gold left on the map, though, and actually this has been resecured. He's losing. Your Nemesis is taking some gold up here. The Paladin have been in. They have been doing some work here. I don't think it's been enough. Yeah, yellow. Your Nemesis here is struggling greatly, and the condos have made it into the economy as well. So the population continues to go farther and farther down, and somehow, I think Facundin's going to get lucky. I think he's going to steal this game. Yeah, I think Yo Nemesis is going to be very upset with himself after this game. This is absolutely brutal. All he's producing is skirmishers right now, and from all the way back here. Does he even have forward ranges? He does have a few, so he's producing a lot of skirmishers right now. But he could easily come over here and take this gold. And the condos, there's just no reaction. Facundin is winning this game right now. The military in production, he's got a bunch of skirmishers. A bunch of skirmishers, which we know aren't going to be able to do enough by themselves. And he's losing so many. Oh my god. 42 kills here for these things, and it continues to tick in an upward direction. Now there are some paladin here to accompany this, but look at the military number difference here, 89 to 60. He is producing again. He is producing again. But it is starting to swing. Maybe, again. Yeah, I mean, why delete it, I guess, right? It's doing work. Look at the military numbers fall, though. And that castle is going to be wonderful to prevent anything from coming forward. This castle has not even been killed completely yet. Get some stone walls here. I think you still kill this, but he's worried about other things elsewhere. And these condo have done a lot of damage. There's so little eco on the map. Oh, and there's still condos everywhere. He does have a lot of resources in the bank, but he can't produce and keep things alive fast enough now. As I don't see a win condition for Yo Nemesis now. As I don't think he can do anything. He hasn't been reacting well to these raids. He's lost tons of ills in the last few minutes. And he continues to lose them. I don't know if he's not queuing right now. He has all the resources in the world and there's nothing queued. He's got villagers queued, he's got 1 paladin queued. Don't think that's going to be a way to win the game, unfortunately, for him. Yo Nemesis has so much in the way of resources. He just needs to queue things up, but bombard cannons are coming out now. And That will really start to wipe as this cannon galleon is reaching over here somehow. 60 kills on these and counting. My oh my, and there's just no production. There's no villagers behind this. He's making more vills. He's added production, but it's just skirmishers. The skirmishers aren't going to be able to withstand this, as the bombard cannons will come forward, and these Byzantine castles are not going to be able to stand forever. Although he has 2,400 stone in the bank. I don't know what your Nemesis is doing right now. He's throwing hard, I feel like, is what he's doing. He has all these resources. He's going to come here, he's going to get more gold. That bombard cannon went down. All the production is slowly being pushed back. There's some more stone there, here as well. Alright, we have a bunch of paladin in queue. Which is great, but will it be enough is the question. You can't just send one cannon here. This is just going to get cleaned up. The condos have not been enough. They really haven't been, but somehow, some way, it's been working out well here. But this is a lot of ills. And maybe with all the resources in the bank, he can still hold on here. Maybe. Ooh, but this is a big push coming. A big potential push coming. But again, it's pikemen versus paladin, skirm, and condos. It's such a weird fight. Such a weird position. We check APM graph of this. Yeah, we can definitely check the APMs. 100%. It can't be good. I just don't think it can be. Again, there's just skirmishers queued here. We're not even at 200 pop for either player. The production buildings are getting pushed back, so throwing some military here. Maybe not the... Oh boy. Crop rotations and 2 handsaw coming in. There's no wood left over here. That is going to be a problem. All this wood forward, though. So if the push comes in, if Nemesis can push this somehow, he might actually be okay. And the ships are dying! Ooh, these guys did great work, though. They really did. They're getting more kills, actually, too, at the moment, which is insane. Lots of HP being taken down by these things. So they've not been wasted by any means. No attempt to get some buildings over here. Kind of surprising. Still a lot of gold that your Nemesis could be taking. He's just re-popping back into the game now, though. One cannon galleon left. That bombard cannon could be an extreme risk, and yeah, he's focusing that down. No, guess not. Guess not. So awkward. So awkward of a game. Haven't really even looked anywhere else yet for a while. We see a light cav switch going to be coming in now for the Byzantine player. He can almost afford Hussar. Looks like he's going to grab Hussar. Just abusing the market here. Facundin also abusing the market. What's he going for? Is a good question. But now, your Nemesis is there again with lots of numbers. And Facundin is taking all of his wood forward here. Yeah, I mean, Hussar could have benefited a long time ago. Treb's gonna try to be sniped here. Could be huge. A castle going up can also be really nice. Well, it's not gonna be trebbed. Or not gonna be sniped. The castle goes up. I am kind of still shocked We see a bunch in production of Hussar now, though, and all this military gets cleaned up. If the Hussar can go in and disrupt the eco, disrupt everything here, Fawcett is going to have to resign, basically, because he has no food, or no wood. That's what it's going to come down to here, as the military number is just not there yet again, and the Genbo will stand their ground for a short time, but probably not going to be able to produce many more of those. Only one relic collected this whole game. And still gold not being collected here from your Nemesis. That's all. Look at all these vills migrating forward. They going to stone, or they're going to chop wood. I think they might all be going to chop wood. He knows that wood is going to be a problem for him at this point. These Genbos are going to go down soon if these skirms come, and they will. And it looks like your Nemesis is going to be able to push this back again after such a really weird mid-game. Lots of resources gone here now, though. Where the Trebs will move forward, that castle will go down. The Hussar should dive in. Ah, very good, the superhero. Very good. You'll have your hands full, apparently. I'm very confused so far. Your Nemesis just like stopped producing mid-game and really lost a lot of ground and let Facundin get back into the game. But this looks like this will probably be the finishing blow. It looks like it's going to be harder and harder to keep things going for Facundin as all of these wood lines here, all the wood that he has left, nothing here. So, the GG comes in. So, Yo Nemesis will take game number 1. And my, oh my, let's look at those statistics here. Let's go to the APM is what we're really interested in, but just look at this population just plummet. Military pop was so low, and he just didn't queue behind. Just didn't queue behind. Had thousands of resources at one point. I think he had like 20,000 plus resources just sitting at one point. And, I mean, you can just see the APM all over the place, really. 1 hour mark, it just plummets, I guess, population-wise. It's really awkward situation. But we're going to dive over to the civilizations. And that was a Italian loss and a Byzantine victory. And we will go to Facundin's home map of lanes next. So just give me a second to grab a quick drink and load us into that game. Alright, game 2. Facundin in red here with the Aztecs. And he'll be going up against Yo Nemesis here in the yellow as Khmer on lanes. For those who are not familiar with the map, it is very self-explanatory. There are lanes, 3 of them, and there's extra gold and stones out here, as well as all the relics on the lanes. Chopping through and potentially denying your opponent ability to chop to that side of the map gives you quite a sense of map control, which can be huge. And yeah, that was a damn good game for the debut of the map in the tournament, right? Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Was a lengthy game number 1. My goal was to actually cast 3 sets today, and that will no longer be happening. No question about that, actually. The first set was a banger. It was a great set, and it went all 3 games and went the distance with some lengthy ones, and that one was another lengthy one. So, extremely exciting, though, to see this in a round of 32, where we're having more sets go to 3 games and go the distance. Extremely exciting. Can't wait to see how the competition looks in the round of 16 next. I don't know if we have any of those games actually submitted yet. I'm so far behind in casting, so I was trying to get 3 sets done. I actually started 30 minutes early today, too. Shout outs to my wife for taking care of the rest of the bedtime, so I was able to do so. But it has been an absolute Wonderful night. If you haven't seen that one, I strongly recommend going back and taking a look at it. And yeah, we'll see what happens though. No lumber camp, you say? Yeah, your Nemesis is probably gonna go up for some crazy build. Always interesting. Lumber camp for Facundin is interesting here as well. We'll see how things look. But and no lumber camp, going for stragglers. I'll need one more building to click up though, so probably gonna be a. No, he doesn't need it with Khmer. Never mind. Never mind. Don't need it with Khmer. He just needs it for houses. That's all he needs it for. Jabari, the 1700 bracket's gonna pile up too. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of games to cast, a lot of things to do, and we'll see how everything progresses. But yeah, this is an interesting build. Very interesting build. I think it's gonna be like a 16 pop scouts build. No, never mind. Never mind. He's going for the lumber camp. So it won't be a 16 pop build. There is a build you can do with Khmer. It's like 16 pop that I think looks very familiar with this. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Eagle coming forward. That gets spotted. Yeah, superhero. I actually had Hitch on, the map creator. He jumped in for a few games, or one game, I guess. I don't know how many games it was. Like 1.5 games. And then I do have casters on later in the more lengthy sets, because the first round of this tournament, which is the round of 32, and for the 1700 bracket, which is round of 64 and round of 32, basically everything's best of 3, and I usually just try to cast most of those by myself, just because I feel like I can run through them a little faster, and there's a lot less talking points or strategic talking points to worry about. However, I mean, if anyone else is interested in jumping in, someone just needs to send me a DM, and we could definitely make that work. I've casted with tons of different people over the last few years, and more than happy to do it again. Barracks on the way up. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, Katos. I mean, your schedule is much more difficult than mine, so I mean, we can definitely make that work. Would be glorious to have you on. Hopefully, a set that has Dry Lake on it for you. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll definitely make it work out, Katos. I'll hit you up later or tomorrow. We'll see what. I don't know when. I have so many to cast right now. If you just DM me what your schedule looks like, I mean, we can probably make that happen sometime this week, even. All right, Mega Walls. Mega Walls from our Khmer player. Will be interesting to see what he goes for here. This is a really awkward build. He ended up with a 20 pop build. He needs a house that he doesn't have yet. Did he even finish this? No. I'm confused, but at the same time, we're going to have the Aztec push coming here. Looks like it's going to be Man-at-Arms. He's on gold. Still sitting with a lot on food. Militia have yet to pop out of this thing yet. And he's up. The house is there, though. That is the problem. He can't even produce the villagers, so the idle time will be there. And that stable coming down. He's going to need more than one house, and it's a very rough position now that he's been housed for so long. It actually benefits this Man-at-Arms play coming forward. Facundin going for the Man-at-Arms play. He'll click Man-at-Arms here momentarily. That Eagle needs to come forward as well, and the production behind this could be huge. Oh, we missed it. We missed it, but he quick walls them in. Well played. That's actually huge. And Nemesis is in trouble now. His walls aren't up. His first scout got walled in, and now panic sets in, and Men-at-Arms are in. These villas can just jump into this house, but we'll see if this is reacted to right away. So far, it has not been. One villager could go down. No, the blocking's not gonna be good enough. It gets in there. One scout this is still being dealt with. There's a spear here. He's gonna just try to attack it through the walls. Or he's gonna delete. He's trying to be tactical with this. He deletes a very awkward section. He will get that kill though. Looks like. Guess it goes down. Villagers are idled here. Man-at-Arms can do so much damage. These scouts, which you would want to see them going forward by now, are not able to. Spearman defense will be easy to deal with, and archers behind this, but Facundin has become housed as well. He will aim to just take down the mill. I don't really think taking down the mill is going to do a whole lot here, but he will prevent his opponent from taking those berries, forcing a lot of farms to be dropped right now. But this is really what he wanted to do. This is still open. He hasn't walled this up. The scouts will go forward. We're going to see another archery range coming down behind this. We're going to have a few spearmen to defend. It's not looking great here. We'll just have to wait and see what he can do. The eagle is going to go out and scout. That will go down. We'll have to see what goes on now, though. It looks like these are going to try to clear this up. The walls. Gonna get that walled up in time before the archers can come forward. And, ooh, a very tight wall here. I honestly don't like this. I think just wall here. And, yeah, okay, now he's gonna wall the front. I think that's the right move. I really do. The scouts are gonna have to deal with your attack forward. You wanna wall this up. I don't even know if those archers going now is the right move. I think it's definitely not. But this will be spotted immediately, so the man-at-arms will attack, will trade off HP. Not the greatest, but one scout, maybe a second will go on, no microing away here. And actually, this turns out to be a great fight for these man-at-arms. Great value here. All but one scout in the fight is going to survive. And the archers are forward. Not going to be able to do much, but the spears are here too, so actually this could turn out to be another good exchange. Facundin is going to get some great exchanges here. He will turn and head home, but this has kept everything out, and it's given him time. The walls are coming up. They're not up just yet, but he's got military coming back. The scouts unable to do damage. There's been a lot of scout production here, and Facundin, with that man-at-arms play, has been able to withstand everything until now, where he's going to have to move back home and hope that he's walled. There are some hills, so we'll see if everything gets walled up. Can be awkward here. But, you know, with archers and a few spearmen, he'll be fine. He needs that blacksmith up, though. Needs fleshing to come in. Scout production has remained. I don't really know if that's what you want to do at this point, though. You're behind in villager count. A lot of idle TC time here. A lot of it. It should have signed up. There's a lot of hunt. There's a lot of hunt. This is true. Military will miss each other, but this should be walled up. I think it is walled up. I don't know if there's any holes. I think the only culprit would be right here. I think it could be one there, if anywhere. Otherwise, should be fine. Archers are forward. Ah, very nice touch getting town watch here. And yeah, this is walled up. Market behind here. Economically, though, this is looking good for your Nemesis, but he's going to invest more. He's going to go for bloodlines. He's going to try to clear this up. I don't really agree with this. I think you literally just wall here towards the town center, wall right here towards the town center, and don't allow this to come through. He actually does a great thing, moves back with the pikemen, sees this here, I imagine, and he will save some archers at home. I think you just focus on your eco now and try to go up. No horse collar for Facundin. That could be quite painful later on. Blacksmith, single archery range. Few archers going to move forward. Shouldn't find any damage here, though. As these archers don't have the spears in front, this is going to get cleared up. The spears are nowhere to be found. They're hiding. They've colluded with the scouts. They've colluded with them. And this is not great. Not great at all. There's a lot of archers that could be in terrible position. Although he should be able to clean it for the most part. This is not what you really wanted to have happen here. Fletching is about to be in for both, or I guess for Nemesis now. Absolutely rough. The ranges aren't next to each other? Yeah, well, not the greatest. Ecos for both looking fairly healthy though. Nemesis with a lot more idle TC time. Hasn't lost a single eco unit. Archer numbers are favorable for Facundin though, and that could be the downfall here for your Nemesis, depending on the Castle Age times now. Castle Age will be coming in very similar times, but it will be faster for our Chimera player here, looks like, as there's just not the food economy behind this. A lot of walling, a lot of worried time about that. Not even able to reseed one at one point or another. No upgrades on it either. Fight comes in here. I think this will run back home here real soon after he sees that Castle Age time. It has been clicked. It's going to be behind a Ville. Oh, that's painful. Painful. Archer number is going to get whittled down here. Not a ton, though. Yeah, he's going to run back. I think this is the right move. You just run home now. Put a gate here. Keep producing. Here comes Horse Collar. A little late, but better to remember it at least. +1 defense. So we are going to see Knights. And I think that on this map, I actually like Aztecs a little bit better. Just simply because of their options, and monks could be extremely powerful against those knights, especially if you have a large group of archers, and he does have 13 archers coming forward right now. As the scout production has continued, so we'll have +1 defense on those, soon to be +1 attack, and he might consider going light cav here. Would be interesting. Alright, Facundin's going for infantry armor. And he will drop another barrack. So he's going to actually try to switch in... Wait, is he? Getting padded archer armor as well. I don't know what he's going for right now. Why get infantry armor upgrade and then get padded archer armor? Guess he wants a little bit of both. Eagles take so long to mass, but I guess if you can do it behind your walls, not the end of the world. Light cav and crossbow will be in, but crossbow botkin gonna be in as well, and by the time these archers get forward, these archers will have those upgrades. Eagles and archers is incredibly expensive. They'll drop a second TC, so he's not going full aggro. There's that monastery. The Aztec monks could come into play very soon. And those are amazing, especially after getting some upgrades. There's 21 military on the field here. 17 archers coming forward right now, and he's like Cav. Not gonna get much done. Especially taking the fight downhill. And yeah, that turns out 2017. The archers go home. Actually buys time, and Eagle Warrior upgrade is on its way in. Where are those eagles at? They're actually back at home. Now, an interesting situation here, as the wood being taken from Facundin has been within the lane, and he has not tried to chop out. Meanwhile, your Nemesis will soon be able to be chopping out here, and he will potentially be able to gain access to this whole side, and could deny this from his opponent. We will see a forward siege workshop, though. I like what I'm seeing here. I think he needs to hide the eagles. Hide the eagles, send the monks, keep the crossbows. He's not going to hide them. Walls up behind this here are just fine. Didn't hide the eagles. I really think hiding the eagles would have been the better move. Forward siege workshop on its way. More eagles, monks on their way. 2 TCs against 1 though. But you know, the military production and the numbers just really are not here for me. I guess he went into a defensive siege workshop. Mangonel's going to be coming out. +1 and Squires coming in. Nemesis selling food to buy more wood, and now he will drop that second town center. Facundin did gain a slight villager advantage here, but with the monks and the number of crossbows, with siege, this could get really ugly for Nemesis, and he's adding a third town center behind this. Facundin is. We'll be chopping to this side, and that will actually allow him to have access to that side of the map should he decide that he wants to try to chop everything through there. And the gate goes down. The eagles try to run in, then we see the knights. The monk instantly goes towards that. We're going to see a lot of light cav, a lot of knights, and a lot of military basically overall for your Nemesis to push this back now. Economically, though, he does have better upgrades. Wheelbarrow's on its way in as well. And, oh, one conversion here could be sent in. This could be bad. And oh, he's going to get both. He's going to get both at this rate. I don't know how he hasn't got the second one. There, he gets the second one. And, yeah, military numbers 27 to 13. No siege just yet. But that was huge. Monks are painfully good, and there's that town center. Actually a terrible town center in my position. I think you'd rather see one somewhere else, but it is what it is. Mangonel, I'm going to try to get some shots off, but that's gets seen, and the crossbow's not going to be able to kill this fast enough. We'll get one. Nope. This will survive. Mangonel going to be coming out. Villager forward. Behind this, we're lacking a lot of economic upgrades. +2 in defense now. 3 monks. The mangonel's here. More conversions. Oh man. Oh man. You gotta go crossbow light cav here. You can't keep making these knights. Your Nemesis is gonna just keep gifting good military here. And now this town center is under threat. Axolotls. Yeah, I mean, maybe at some point, but nothing yet. And oh, the crossbows. Crossbows are going to die for the fight here. This could be really bad. Alright, he pulls them back. 2 mangonels. This town center will be taken out relatively quickly here. Sanctity coming in on these monks who only have 30 HP, but after Sanctity, we'll have a lot more. 5 for each tech, and then what is it, 15? Or yeah, 15 for Sanctity, so 50 HP monks. It's a bit more difficult as the eagle numbers and the knight numbers are going to dive here and take out that mangonel. And just to turn back, finish taking out this town center, and the push will continue in farther in here. And now the eagles and the knights are doing what? Taking a fight? It's kind of awkward. The monks going for conversions. Could turn the tides a bit more here. 2 more conversions come in. The crossbow numbers are getting wiped out, and the mangonel's got a good shot. And now the overrun has begun here. Aztecs going to take this game, it looks like, quite heavily. Facundin able to have a higher military count behind this. He's flooding. He's taking out one town center. This town center will be taken out shortly. He's able to wall up and stay alive over here, but I don't think there's a way that he can stay in this game for an extremely long time. And the GG comes in here. Facundin takes the game. GG. Alright. Well, that was a much quicker game. Much quicker indeed. Final map. We'll go to your Nemesis home map of Battlegrounds, which is exciting. I love that map. We have a win for Aztecs and a loss for Khmer. We have Huns, Dravidians, Berbers, and Tatars going to be available here for this map, and that is going to be exciting. Let's me load in to the tier. Will be the last game of the night for me to cast. Facundin versus your Nemesis, sets tied 1-1. We dive in to game number 3. And it will be Tatars for Facundin versus the Huns. This is an insanely interesting matchup. Both civs love to be able to go for cav archers and or heavy cavalry altogether. Both these civs likely to avoid infantry and archers, base archers. We'll see what the play is, though. It's going to be interesting. I think that I personally give Tatars the upper hand early. They do get more food on the pigs. Have that bonus going for them here. And there is a lot of pigs on this map, so everyone comes in, gets a little bit more food here for Facundin. Huns, yes, they don't need to build houses, but not really that huge of a bonus, in my opinion, on this map. It is a very nice bonus. I do like the bonus, but best thing they have going for them is cheaper cav archers, and the Tatar player will have better timings for the upgrades that they get for free, Parthenian Tactics and Thumb Ring. Gonna be very interesting. I guess we might see a lot of knights or a lot of cav archers. Personally, I would love to see the cav archers myself. We don't see those as often. Hitch is loving the new draft setup. Yeah, I think it provides a lot more variety. It will get even crazier, obviously moving into like best of fives, which is round of 8 and on in both of these brackets. That's going to be the really crazy thing because so many maps, and the players get to pick their maps. We're not letting them be banned, right? So if you want to play a specific map, it can be your first pick and your second pick. No worries, Kados. I understand, man. The variety is huge. And Facundin loses the scout. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. He will still have a lot of pigs here, but there's still some remaining that he could have got. Looks like there's only, what, 2 actually? So it's not as bad. But that's not what you want. You can't push his deer now. And he will actually, he's opting to go mid. No, he's changed his mind. Facundin is having a dilemma here. Having a dilemma right now. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, Battlegrounds, this is the map that we named the tournament off of. I'm almost 100% sure this was the first map that Hitch created specifically for this tournament. And it has been very good to us in every way. We've seen an insane amount of games on it. We've loved the games on it. However, it is so nice to have this system. And we had a Flooded Hills game 1, like a Watershed game 1. Like there's so many different options. It allows for a lot of flexibility for the players as well because you are going in knowing what maps you've prepared for, which I think it adds a really nice level to the competition. It makes it all the more better for the player, right? You just have to hope to take games from your opponent. And now we're going to see this scout go down. Oh no. Oh no. Both scouts are down. Game 3. Both starting scouts go down to the players' town centers. A bit rough indeed. But I think we're going to see heavy scouts here. I don't think we're going to see fast castles or anything. And it looks like Nemesis is actually looking to pop at 20. And I think we'll see a similar time here for Facundin, to be honest. He's got a lot of food under the town center. He's got a lot of food coming in. He needs to get looms still just the same. He did get 1 additional house, so he will go for a little bit of a different pop up. We'll see if that's for better or for worse. And it's going to be close. It should be able to drop off. He's short. Oh, there's idle time. That is always rough. That is always rough. Ooh, a sneaky barracks. Wait a minute. Are we going to see militia? Hold the phone here. Let's take a quick look. He did not scout the lumber camp, but does he see the deer? Or he just needed the building and had a villager randomly out here. I don't know. It's really interesting choice. Guess he needs it, right? Man, watch the hair of Viper Sentence trying to do what Viper did. With Tatars, though? Yeah, I'm old. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? You built a house. Oh no. I think this was supposed to be a mill. Oh jeez. Alright, there comes the barracks. That barracks is actually gonna be pretty tight on time, but I like it. This is gonna be interesting. This is going to be interesting here. The walls are coming up. This is a scout's build if I've ever seen one. But this is awkward. Why are we here? Like, this villager is soon going to have to walk all the way across the map with a bunch of food in his hands. Is this supposed to be sneaky? Are we going to have a stable in the middle? He doesn't have the wood. Oh, he does. Okay, he already dropped the stable. He's getting the upgrades now behind this. Both upgrades. Horse collar is actually going to be huge. He still has tons of pigs under here. It's huge amounts of food. And the walls come up here as well. This is getting interesting. Both players walling up. They're both worried about getting hit by scouts. Both players have stables. Both players are going for scouts. But electing not to play this in an open way. This villager is going to steal that 35 food and then walk all the way across the map. Back to that. Unless he has been redirected. And he has been, which is good for Facundin here. Population's the same. Scout numbers going to be the same. Hard to leave a good map alone. Indeed, indeed. Farm numbers going to be coming down here with horse collar. Farm numbers here without horse collar. This could be a big mistake. We'll have to wait and see. Horse collar can be extremely important, especially in these scout battles. Nemesis, though, going to lose a lot of valuable HP. Tatars on this map can be insane, and for more than one reason. We could have a very interesting hill bonus situation going on. Spearmen added, scouts added. The spearmen from Facundin, though, could be problematic. Be very problematic. The gold is being walled in. The blacksmith is going to come up here. No blacksmith on this side yet. We do not. We do have this lumber camp that could be chopped through. The walls here are going to be incomplete. Blacksmith, any upgrade here could sway the way that these fights are going to go. And Tatars are always going to try to run to the hills, so you're going to have to leave things be here if you're in the Huns' position. And Facundin somehow has his scouts all the way over here, uncontested. One villager will go down the economic lead for Facundin, up to 4 villagers already, and this could be chopped through here. I think this is actually a tree here, too. But will they find it? Is the question. Only 3 scouts here, but this is causing a big reaction. He's searching for the wood line. For those who don't know, with the Tatars being here as well, this is a hill. It slopes towards the edge of the map, so this could be absolutely brutal. He just needs to attack this. If it's not paid attention to, it could be ugly. The scouts are not coming. Oh no! The wood line is in desperate need of help. Oneville. No, he somehow gets out of that without getting a kill. Ooh. Oh man. I was worried the game was gonna end right there. Yo, Nemesis is in the middle of the map. He's all about the hunt right now. He's not walled up though. It's a very awkward position. This was almost catastrophic. And honestly, not being walled up is huge right now, as Facundin will be grabbing wheelbarrow. He's up to 16 farms. No horse collar for your Nemesis, who's up to 14 farms without wheelbarrow. And there's more military numbers for your Nemesis, but he can't do any damage. And I think that Facundin will be happy to just repair anything and or, deal with it as he must. But that house is under attack. That's not a big deal. He can lose the house. No big deal. No spearman production for Facundin either. Has actually increased his economy. If he could have gone for spears that were closer to home, he might have. There are 4 Tatar scouts out here on the prowl. They did just run past this. Gold, though, as we see selling of wood, and Facundin is up at a really good time. Behind this, Nemesis should be up shortly, but he does not have either building. No, he has this. Oh, the gold. The gold is open. Oh, this is at least 2 dead vills. Possibly 3. It will be 3 dead vills. This is huge damage. These scouts break in. This villager is not all that secure. He needs to finish chopping, or finish building. Huge value. These scouts have gotten 4 kills themselves. And where are the scouts at? They're coming home. +1 attack coming in. Gold mining upgrade. Spearman coming home. Blacksmith behind. Facundin is looking to have every advantage here. He's going to be up with quite the advantage as well. +1 attack going to be in. And these scouts can actually take a fight with +1, I think, here. I actually think they should try to take the hill and take the fight. He's going to wait because Bloodline's going to be coming in. But I think you should take the fight and just eliminate the numbers as best you can now. Maybe he doesn't want to. Gonna wait till Bloodlines, maybe. This scout's gonna lose HP. He's probably gonna lose that scout, actually. Alright, gold has just been opened up. Spears will now remain in defense. The walls are finally gonna be coming in. Bloodlines is in. He's gonna take the hill and take the fight. Nope. It's just a lot of lost HP. I still think you should have taken the fight. Step Lancers. And then Husbandry. And there's exposed vills in the mid. And this is where the fight will take place, and these scouts will get wiped if they're not pulled back. They will retreat, but a lot of numbers have gone down. He's going to go back, deal with that spear. And more Step Lancers going to be in production potentially. Guess not. Where I'd like to see him come out and take some map control. Take and drop a town center somewhere on the map. Like, he's going to be happy to stay home, though. He has tons of wood and gold. Where I think Cav Archers would have been great, but he's not teched into that, obviously, so more Step Lancers will be just fine. Oh, he's going for a very forward siege push. Forward town center, forward siege. He's under the town center, killing another vill. There's a huge discrepancy in the vill count now, as it is 9 vill difference, and GFG. GFG. I don't know what GFG is. But hey, GG comes in. Facundin with the timings, with the Step Lancers coming out, with good strategy here on this map. Tatar is super underrated on this map, and I think you just saw why. Either typo or very enthusiastic, good effing game. Yeah, I think I was joking when I said GFG. I don't know what that means. But set number 2 tonight was another great set. Went the distance all the way to game number 3 here. That will wrap up the round of 32 for the 1300 bracket. And we will update the bracket now. So if you guys want to avoid spoilers, this is your last chance to look away. But we're going to go ahead and jump over there and do that now. You've been warned. So, Facundin takes your Nemesis down. Whoops. And he'll take the set. He'll take the set here. Facundin will move on in a very convincing set here. Game 1 was a bit shaky. Obviously took the L there. Game 2 was great. And Game 3, he just came out swinging. And it came out with that strategy, that prepared strategy. So, moving on. We have the top 16. We have matchups everywhere. Seedings are all over the place. But obviously, Captain Knipples, I don't know how to say this name. He did not play yet, so he's good to play. We haven't seen Garizo. His win was via admin win. I am a superhero. We haven't seen him play yet. He'll face Facundin here. He's here. He'll probably have gotten the scouting he was looking for. Samball versus Makoto. One shot versus Goth. Falling Sky versus For Ruthless. Too Big, Too Heavy versus DJ. And then Zark 23 versus Chinese Hero. Be the top 16. The top 16 will play the best of three, and then the round of 8, which will be the round 3 of this tournament, will move into best of fives. Semifinals will be best of fives as well, I believe, and then the finals will be best of 7. I have to go look at my own rule book to make sure that that's correct. But congratulations to everyone, and big thank you and happy days. Good luck next for Facundin, and thanks for Nemesis for jumping in there and giving us a hell of a show. Some great games here all night long. I was hoping to get 3 sets in tonight, but yeah, that's not going to happen. The 2 sets and 3 hours 15 minutes later with the stream, absolutely insane. Great games though. Couldn't be happier. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you could do me a favor though, if you're not subbed to the YouTube, go sub to YouTube, guys. I am like 1 sub away last I checked from 100, and then I can get the custom URL, which would be nice. Then it wouldn't be this super long, crazy YouTube tag, but not, no worries, no worries. Thank you, Hitch, for jumping in earlier and joining us for a few minutes there, a full game, and then some. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed, guys. But oh, thank you, Cookie. Well, that means I hit 100 at least, unless people unsub, because I've been asking for them to do it. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. But that's gonna do it for me tonight. It's been 3 hours for 2 sets, which is absolutely insane and awesome. I gotta start uploading another set so you guys have a set coming at you for tomorrow. So hopefully you guys have a good one. And whew, jeez, GG's. Kato, talk to you about casting here as well at some point. And anyone else interested, just send me a DM. That's gonna be it, guys. Thank you again, and you guys have a good one.